The Battle of Poitiers, fought on September 19, 1356, was a pivotal engagement during the Hundred Years' War between England and France. This battle, part of the larger conflict over territorial disputes and claims to the French throne, ended in a resounding victory for the English under Edward, the Black Prince, and a catastrophic defeat for the French led by King John II, John the Good. The battle took place in the wake of the Treaty of Calais, 1347, which temporarily paused hostilities following the English victory at Crécy and the capture of Calais. However, tensions reignited as Edward III of England sought to solidify his claim to the French throne. In 1356, Edward the Black Prince led a chevauchée, a destructive raid through French territories, devastating the countryside and aiming to weaken the French economy and morale. King John II, determined to confront the English invaders, mustered a large army and intercepted Edward near Poitiers in central France. The French forces significantly outnumbered the English, with estimates placing the French army at around 25,000 troops compared to the English force of approximately 6,000 to 8,000 soldiers, including a mix of longbowmen, dismounted men-at-arms, and lightly armed troops. Edward positioned his forces strategically on a ridge, protected by natural obstacles such as hedges and marshy ground. His army relied heavily on English longbowmen, whose devastating firepower had already proven decisive at Crécy. The French, confident in their numerical superiority, launched a series of frontal assaults. The first attack, led by French knights, struggled to navigate the narrow terrain and faced a relentless hail of English arrows. This disrupted their formations and caused significant casualties. King John II personally led the second wave, accompanied by his son, Philip the Bold. However, the English defense held firm, with disciplined men-at-arms repelling the French advances. The English longbowmen played a critical role, decimating the French cavalry and infantry. Sensing the exhaustion and disarray of the French forces, Edward launched a counterattack. A contingent of mounted English knights, hidden earlier, attacked the French flank and rear, further shattering their lines. King John II and his son were captured, along with numerous French nobles. The Battle of Poitiers was a devastating blow to France. The capture of King John II and much of the French nobility plunged the country into chaos, exacerbating the French political and economic crisis. The ransom for King John was set at an exorbitant sum of 3 million gold écus, which strained France's finances for years. His capture also led to the Treaty of Brétigny, 1360, which temporarily halted the war and granted significant territorial concessions to England. For the English, the victory at Poitiers solidified their reputation for tactical brilliance and demonstrated the effectiveness of their longbowmen. It also enhanced the prestige of Edward the Black Prince, who became one of the most celebrated military leaders of his era. The Battle of Poitiers is remembered as one of the three great English victories of the Hundred Years' War, alongside the battles of Crécy, 1346, and Agincourt, 1415. It exemplified the shift in medieval warfare from traditional knightly charges to more disciplined, combined arms tactics. The defeat deepened the crisis in France, paving the way for internal strife and the eventual resurgence of French fortunes under leaders like Joan of Arc in the later phases of the war.